Okay, so Natalie, have you taken notes, filled out the first
Mm-hmm.
couple pages?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you watch the video?
Yep.
All right. So what kind of questions do you have for me?
It's just like I saw like one of the problems that I don't know. It's like I don't know how to explain it.
You don't know how
Yeah,
to
how
start
do
them?
you just start? Yeah, I don't know how to start it.
No problem, no problem. I mean, that's a real tough part of it. If you're, I mean, we spent the last 2 weeks solving proportions, so hopefully you feel pretty good with solving
Yeah.
proportion, but setting it up is the tough part in this one. So I'm going to give you a couple tips that are going to help you get this right every time. Okay. Um,
Okay.
so let's just start with number one. All right. Here's what you always want to start with. This is kind of, I like to call it a template. Okay. And it's kind of like your cheat sheet on how to set up these proportions.
Okay.
You always want to start with this. And this helps remind us what we're going to put into our proportion and where it goes. Okay, so is over of equals percent over 100. All right, so basically in every proportion, in this section anyway, you're going to have there's 4 places where a number can go in, right? Let me get my laser pointer out and you can just look at my screen. Okay, there's a number that goes up here where the word is. There's a word that goes here where the word of, or there's a number that goes here where the word of is. There's a number here that we put in for the percent, and then 100 is always there no matter what. Okay, because percents are always out of 100, right? Percents can only be from 0 to 100. Maybe they can be bigger. We'll see a couple examples of where that might be the case. And matter of fact, if you look at number 3, you can see the percentage is 300. So it's possible that the percentage is higher than 100, but it's never going to be negative. And so the is and the of, those are keys to help us figure out what number goes there. Okay, so what you remember is the word is. Let me get my pen out. We're always comparing the part to the whole thing. All right, so that's basically the percent that you put in is going to be a part out of 100. 100 is always the whole thing when we're talking about percents because, like I said before, you can only go from 0 to 100%. All right, hey, Jackie's here. All right, so I'm letting Jackie in real quick, making sure she can see what we're doing here. There she is. Hi, Jackie. Go ahead and get your audio set up, and then we're hey, how's it going? All right. So, and I'm going to use, Jackie, we're going over number 1 right now, and I'm kind of helping Natalie with how to set up these.
Okay.
Okay. So what I was saying is we got the is number, the of number, the percent number, and 100. Those are always going to be the 4 pieces of our proportion that we're setting up. Okay. So let's use green. I'm always going to use green for is. I use yellow for of, and I'll use red for the percent. Or you know what? Let's do blue. Let's do blue because I'm already writing in red. Okay. So, and you can do this. This is a great thing about working in Notability is you can do this as well. It's not that tough. So basically, remember the is number is the part and the of number is the whole thing, like out of the whole thing. That's why the word of is there. So you want to look in the problem, and the first thing you want to look at is what are they asking you to find. So in number 1, it says 102 is what percent of 127.5. So the question that they ask you, that's always where our variable goes, just like any story problem that we've worked on before. Okay, what percent means that we're going to put an X in for the percentage. So when I fill in these shortcuts with the numbers or the variables, I'm going to write it like this. I always give myself a proportion like this, and I'm going to fill in the numbers where they go. So 100 is always going to be here. Since they're asking us to find the percentage, we put a variable in for the percent sign. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, and now I'm going to use green to find the is. So basically the reason that we put is at the top of the other fraction is because whatever number is closest to the word is in the problem, that's what goes there. So we're going to put 102 on top. And basically we're saying that we're trying to find the percentage that 102 is out of a total of 127.5. So we put the part on top and the whole thing on bottom. All right, so that means the number that we put in for the of in our template is going to be the number that's closest to the word of. So of 127.5 means we're going to put 127.5 on the bottom of that fraction. Okay, so does that make sense? Stop me if you don't know where these are coming from.
Oh wait. Yeah, how did you get the 127? 127 point. No, never mind. Never mind.
Okay. That comes from it's next to the word of, so we're going to put it in where, like in the proportion where the word of was. Same thing for 102.
Oh.
102 is next to the word is. So and remember this is a shortcut, but if you use it and you understand, I want you to understand why it works too. All right. So.
Is it like that?
I'm sorry.
Is it like that?
Yes, exactly. Just like I did in the notes for you as well.
Okay.
Yep. And your video sideways, so it's kind of hard to see that, but yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So now that we've got the proportion set up, we put, oh, I got my laser pointer out. So we put 102 in for is, we put 127 in for of,
okay.
we put X in for the percentage because we don't know what the percentage is and we're trying to find that. So do you see down in number 3 how it says of what?
Mm-hmm.
That means that our variable is going to go in for the word of in this problem. So it all depends on what they're asking you to find. So it'd be like 300 would go in for the percentage, 48 would go in for is because it's next to the word is, and then we put X in for of. Okay, but let's stay on problem number 1 here and let's go ahead and solve this. Okay. So remember, the way we solve a proportion is by using our cross products. So we're going to circle our cross products, and we're going to multiply those terms together, and we're going to set them equal to each other. So we have 127.5. Oh, we got somebody else? Abby. All right, so I'm getting Abby in here. Should be joining any second now. Okay, I'll continue with the problem. 127.5 times x, that's one pair of our.
Okay.
Why does it say we have 5? Okay, I'm trying to get Abby in here, so she keeps going in and out. Okay. I don't see it. It says we have 5 participants, but I don't see Abby.
She said that isn't working.
It's not? Okay. Are you talking to her via text or?
Yeah, she just texted me. She's like, it isn't working.
Can you ask her if she's using the Zoom app on her iPad?
Hold up.
And remember, she has to wait until I admit her to the room. Okay, that's just a safety feature so that nobody can get in that's not supposed to be in here.
Well, you don't know how many videos I've seen on that.
She said yes, she's using her iPad.
Is she using her iPad and she has the Zoom app downloaded?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then she has to enter and she has to wait for me to accept her. She has to wait for me to admit her into the meeting. So far, like she's popped in and then she pops right back out. And I didn't have time to admit her to the meeting. So
crap.
Tell her to try it one more time. And if we can't get it worked out, then we'll try and figure something else out. I can work with her individually later and we'll try and get it figured out. Okay, in the meantime, let's keep working with this problem. Okay, so Natalie, what is my other pair of cross products that I should write on the other side of this equal sign? We already did 127.5 times x. That's right here.
Oh,
So what goes
102 and 100.
and what are we doing to them? Are we adding them, multiplying them, dividing them? What?
Multiplying?
Very good. Very good. Okay, so
Okay,
you put 100 times 102, and remember, if you put 102 times 100, it doesn't make a difference. Okay, we can multiply them in any order we want. Okay, so now, Jackie, what do we do to solve this equation for x?
Okay, so first you do 100 times 102, and then you divide you divide 10200 divided by 127.5.
Right? You are absolutely right. Good job. Okay. There's Abby. All right. Hey, Natalie turned her video on. Good to see you.
Huh? What did?
You guys wearing your pajamas today for Spirit Week?
Nope.
That's okay.
Oh,
I'm not
I
either.
did have my pajamas. I don't know what you guys are
Yeah, I was
talking
like, my pajamas are just like sweats and a t-shirt, so that's basically what I'm wearing. But
Are you alone?
am
Are
I
you
alone?
alone? Yeah.
Oh, Abby was in here. What happened to her? Yes, I am alone by myself right now. I'm in my apartment.
Sucks.
There's a mirror behind me. But yeah. Kind of looks like I have a halo right now. But okay. So, all right, I'll have to talk to Abby later, and we'll figure out what's going wrong. Oh, she's back in again. Okay, I clicked admit on her.
What do I look like?
Okay, now she's in the room. I can see Abby. I see your picture anyway. Can you hear me, Abby?
Yeah.
All right, hey, it worked.
Yeah.
Okay, and remember, you do not have to use video, but I do want you to use audio so I can hear you if you have questions or stuff. But you're more than welcome to use video. Like I said in my email, just make sure that you're dressed appropriately and there's not like a bunch of noise in the background or people, siblings running around.
My brother and my dad have played Call of Duty, but I don't think you can hear him.
No, we probably won't be able to hear that. Okay, so now let's continue with this problem. So like Jackie said, we're doing number 1 right now, Abby, on the packet.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of showing them how to set these up. All right, so we're going
Oh
to
my
divide.
god, I don't have.
What'd you say, Natalie?
Oh, nothing.
Okay. So now we multiply our cross products. We set up our equation. Then we have to solve it for x. So that's what we're doing here. These are going to cancel each other out, and we're left with x equals whatever 102 or 10,200 divided by 127.5. And what do we get?
8.
Yep, 80. All right, so since our answer is 80, they want us to answer with a percentage. So go ahead.
Did you divide?
Yes, we divide.
Okay.
Remember this right here, this is how we show division, right? 10,200 divided by 127.5. The reason we had to divide is because this number is multiplying x. So to get rid of something that's being multiplied, we do the opposite, we divide. Okay, so for this problem, this is a little bit different than some of the other ones because they want us to find a percentage. So if our answer is 80, the real answer, you have to use a percent sign with it. Right? So
Oh, I got that.
80%. 80% would be the way we answer this problem. Other questions like number 3, if we're just looking for a number, like this here of what, they want a numeric answer, you don't need a percent sign on that. It's not a percentage, it's just a regular number. Okay. So let's try this again. I'm gonna I'm going to copy this. I'm going to
So
duplicate
is it like
it.
that?
I'm sorry. Yes, x equals
Is it like
80%.
that?
That's a perfect way to put it.
Oh,
Okay.
I have a
Absolutely.
question about some other assignment. Hey, I have a question about some other assignment.
Another assignment?
Yeah, just real quick.
Okay, what do you want to know?
So the work I got enough on, I have the work. I just forgot to turn it in. Can I just turn it in, like, right after I'm done with the Zoom lesson?
Yeah, what for the work for another assignment?
Yeah,
Like something
I
from the
have the
past?
work. It's just,
Yeah, why don't
Yeah.
you just email me the work? That way it won't get lost in Schoology and I'll update the gradebook. Okay,
Okay.
so just after the Zoom session, just email me the work from whatever previous assignment you talked about and I'll make the
Okay.
adjustment. Okay?
It was
All right.
the last one I did.
Okay, that's fine.
Which one?
So let's do number 4 next, and we'll practice what I taught you in that last one. Okay, so we're gonna start by doing our highlighting and color coding and figuring out what goes where in the problem. Okay, so the first thing let's start with the question. What is number 4 asking you to find? The is number, the of number, or the percentage?
The
Of.
No, look at it. Look at it closely.
Oh no, is.
What is, right? There's the question. What is, so that means that's where our variable is going to be. All right, so let's start by giving ourselves a proportion without any of the values right now. We know we're going to have a 100 down here. That's always there. And then our is number is going to be our variable because that's what the question's asking us. It's asking us to find what is 69% of the whole thing, 132. Yeah. Question?
Never mind.
Okay.
I thought I question I didn't.
Okay, so if x is where the is number is supposed to go, then we should have numbers to put in for the percent and for the of number. So what are those values going to be? First of all, what's the percentage that they gave us in the problem?
69.
Right. So that's going to be highlighted in blue, and then we're going to put a 69 in here where it goes in for the percent sign, basically. Okay, and then leaves us with only one number left, and it's next to the word of. So that tells us that 132 goes in place of the word of from our template. We good so far? Any questions?
nope. I feel
That's
like
Natalie.
this is easy.
Yeah, it's easy once you know how to set them up, but if you don't know how to set them up, it's not easy at all. So that's why I wanted to do.
It's like the same proportion thing we did.
Yeah, and once we have the proportion set up, it's easy to solve. Okay, so we're gonna circle our cross products just like we did before. And so we have 100 times x on one side, and we have 69 times 132 on the other side. Okay, and then to get x by itself, we have to divide both sides by 100. So here's the math that we're going to do to find our answer. 69 times 132 divided by 100. Okay, you can do that all in one step on the calculator, or you can do it one step at a time. Doesn't matter, but you always got to have this handy. Make sure you're doing everything on the calculator so you're not getting it wrong. Okay, so Natalie, why don't you do the math for us and then tell us what you get as your answer.
Okay, hold on, let me write this down.
Okay.
Okay.
You have a calculator with you, Natalie?
Yep.
Good, good.
How to open it. Wait, how do you type that in?
So you can do 69 times 132 first, and then take that answer, divide it by 100, or you can just do it all at the same times. So I'll do it on my calculator and then I'll put it up to the camera so you can see what I typed in. 69 times 132 divided by 100. All right, so hopefully you can see this. I'm trying to keep the light on it. It's not backwards, is it?
No.
Okay, it's backwards on my phone. So
I can see
69
it.
times 132 divided by 100. And then when you hit enter, what do you
Okay.
get?
91.08.
Exactly, 91.08. Okay, do we need a percent sign on this answer?
No.
No.
No, we do not.
Well, yes.
No, we don't,
no, we
because we're not finding a percentage. If the question asks what percent, then you know you're finding a percent, so you need that percent sign. But with this one, no, that is our answer. It should be 91.08. And really, bottom line is you want to think about it logically. Like, does that make sense? Okay, so we know 69% is that more than half or less than half?
More.
Yeah, that's more than half. So we expect our answer to be more than half of 132. So half of 132 would be 66, and our answer is 91. So it is in fact an answer that makes sense logically for us. Remember, if you're getting an answer that's like 4, or you're getting a negative answer, or you get an answer that's like 400, you should know that those don't make sense, because 400 could not be 69% of 132. It's bigger than 132.
Right.
And then a very, very small number wouldn't make sense either, because we expect our answer to be more than half of 132. So you always want to just kind of think, does my answer make sense when you look back at the problem? Okay. Does anybody want to do another practice problem, or do you think you
Can
got
we
it?
do word problem?
Yeah, we'll talk about the word problems too, but I just wanted to make sure. I want to see if you feel comfortable with this process of setting up the proportions.
Oh, Lord, it's so hard.
Well, remember, you just got to follow the instructions. And just so you know, I'm recording this video and I'm going to post it on Schoology. So if you forget what I did in the video, you can go back and watch it. You can go back and watch it as many times as you want to make sure you're following the steps appropriately. Okay. So if nobody else wants to do any other practice problems, then we'll just go on. We'll do 3 and 4 together and just make sure that you're doing them right and you understand. Okay. So let's take a look at 3 first. And I'm going to go up here and I'm going to copy this. Whoops. I'm going to copy this again, because I like using this every single time, even on story problems. So this is our template that's going to get us started. And now we want to start this problem by highlighting where we think the appropriate information is that we're going to put into this template. All right, so let's start with the same thing we do with practice problems. What are they asking us to find?
What percentage of the requirement did she fill?
Right. Okay. So that tells us that X is going to go in for the percentage. So if I come over here, I'm going to set up my proportion, and I'm going to put always 100 on the bottom of the right side, but I'm going to put an X in where the percent sign goes, because they want us to find the percentage. Okay. So that means they must have given us the part and the whole thing to put into the other side of the proportion. So now you just have to figure out, and this is a tricky one, so use your brains here, which one is the whole thing, which one's the whole requirement for the community service project, and which one is the part that your friend completed.
36 hours is completed.
So is that the is number or the of number?
Is?
You would think that, because it's the smaller of the two numbers. But in this case, remember, is over of really means the part over the whole thing. And what is the whole requirement for service projects?
56 hours.
No, that's what your friend got.
No,
That's
no,
not the
that's fine.
36.
36.
36 is the total requirement. So that is actually the whole thing. That's the total. Now, your friend in this situation, they went above and beyond what they needed to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So if they actually just did 36 hours and then they stopped, then they would have done 100% of their community service. But they did even more than that. So this is one answer where we're going to get a percentage that's actually higher than 100 because they did more than they needed to. Okay. So that's why I wanted to show you this application. That's why I put it in this packet. So the 56 actually goes on top. And this means we're going to expect to get a percentage that's higher than 100%. Okay, they didn't need to do 56 hours. They only needed to do 36. So the fact that they did 20 extra hours means they did more than 100% of their requirement. All right. So let's go ahead and solve this. And we're expecting to get a percentage that is higher than 100. And so if we do, then we know we did it right. All right. So it's going to be, let's go ahead and solve this. So we're going to write our cross products down. 36 times x equals 56 times 100. We're going to divide both sides by 36 to solve for x. We get x equals 56 times 100 divided by 36. All right, and if we solve that, we'll get our answer. So let's do Abby this time. Abby, you do the math and tell me what you get.
Okay, I did 56 times 100, and then I got 56,000, and then I divided it, and I got 100. What? I can't talk. 155.5%.
Good. All right. So, and if we round it correctly, that we would round that up to a 6. So, so there's our answer. And remember, it's a story problem. Just to make sure you get all the points for this page, you want to answer the question with a complete thought. Okay. So, a nice simple answer would be she fulfilled 155.6% of her requirement. Okay, now it's kind of weird, but that's what we expected. If you think about the problem logically first, then you know we should be expecting a percentage that's higher than 100 because she did more than she needed to do. Okay, so let's do number 4, and we'll do it the same way. So I'm going to take this.
Wait, I'm not done writing it.
Okay. Well, on this next one, try writing it along with me as I go, and it might help you out a little bit. So I'll keep them both in the screen, but let's take a look at this next problem. All right, I'll read it, and then we can try and break down and figure out what goes where here. Okay. Teacher salaries vary state to state. The average teacher salary in California, the highest paying state, is $63,640. While the average teacher salary in the lowest state, South Dakota, is 55.6% of that. What is the average teacher salary in South Dakota? Okay. So basically you want to think, all right, first of all, I always like to start with the percentage. Did they give us a percentage or do we need to find a percentage?
They give us a percentage.
They sure do. Okay. So 55.6. So when I go to write this in, okay, I'm gonna fill out my template. I'm gonna put 55.6 in for the percentage, and then of course 100 always is on the bottom of that fraction. Okay. So now we got to ask ourselves, which one is the part and which one is the whole? Is the South Dakota salary the part, or is the California salary the part? Which one is a part of the other one?
South Dakota.
South Dakota is a part of the California salary. Exactly. So we're going to put the South Dakota value on top and the California value on the bottom. Okay. So which one do we have and which one is going to be our variable?
The average teacher salary.
In which state? Which one?
South Dakota.
South Dakota is the one we don't know, right?
Oh, crap, forgot that.
So, okay, so remember, here's the question. What is the average teacher salary in South Dakota? So if South Dakota is the part, then this question means X is going to be where we're going to put the X in for the South Dakota salary. And then the of number, what's the total, what's the California salary?
63,640.
Exactly. All right, so it's gonna be X over 63,640 equals 55.6 over 100. And now that we have our proportions set up, we can go ahead and solve it. So cross products, 100x equals 55.6 times 63,640. And we're going to divide both sides by 100 to get rid of the 100 multiplying our x, and that should give us our answer. All right, so Jackie, go ahead and do the math on that and tell us what you get.
Hold on.
Yeah, take your time, no rush.
Well, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Wait, so I have to
Sorry.
times
Back.
55.6 times 63,640.
Mm-hmm. And then when you get that answer, you're going to divide that by 100.
I got 35, 38, 3.84.
Yes. 35,383.84. Okay. So that's our answer, but what kind of label should we have on our answer?
Our percent n equals x.
Is it a percentage?
I mean,
Look back at the question.
no.
What is the average teacher salary? So what label do we need on our answer?
Cost. I know what to put, but what do you call that thing?
A dollar sign?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we want, right? Because they're asking us for a teacher's salary. So that's measured in dollars. All right, so a good way to answer this with a complete sentence would be the average teacher salary in South Dakota is $35,383.84. Okay, and that's all you really have to do. Okay, it's always a good idea. Look back at what the question's asking you when you finish the problem. Make sure your answer makes sense. All right, because the percentage was about half, it's about 50%. We expect our answer to be about half of what the California salary was. And it is about that. We can definitely tell that it's less. So we're moving in the right direction. Okay, but always just when you finish the problem, read the question again and make sure you give a sentence that answers the question. All right.
Oh my God.
So that's how you do those. Does anybody want to do some more practice problems, or do you feel like you got a good handle on it now?
Can we do like, can you see my screen?
Which number?
Can we do 8?
Number 8, sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to,
And I just want to remind everybody that's in here right now, even though you're welcome to stay for the entire hour, you don't need to. If you want to pop in and ask one question and that's the only thing you had trouble with, you're not required to stay for the entire hour. So, just, it would be nice if you let me know before you leave, just like, hey, thanks a lot, Mr. Schaab, I'll see you later. But for all of these Zoom sessions, you are not required to stay from 1 to 2. Okay, now, having said that, you do need to show up at the beginning of the session because all teachers, this is for all teachers, not just me, if we don't have anybody show up to our session in the first 15 minutes, we just close it down. We're not going to sit here for an entire hour and wait for somebody to show up. So if you do need help, you need to come at the beginning. But if you just have one question, it takes 5 minutes, you're allowed to leave at any time. I just wanted to let you know that. I'm not trying to kick you out or anything, but I want you to know that. So, okay. So let's see. We're going to do number 8. I'm going to bring this over here. Okay, it's always a good idea to start with that every single problem so you know what you're doing. All right, so let's highlight. Start with the percentage. They don't give us a percentage, so we know that that's going to be our variable. The of number is right here. It's 84. That's the whole thing. And then the is number is 126. What percent of 84 is 126? So because the is number is bigger than the of number, again, we're going to have a percentage. We expect to get a percentage that's higher than 100%. Okay, so don't let that throw you off. It can happen sometimes. You just got to make sure you're following the rules when we're setting these up. So when I rewrite my proportion, it's going to be 126 in for is, 84 in for of, and then X in for the percentage, and then 100 is always there at the bottom of the right side. Okay. So, Natalie, you're up on this one. Go ahead and solve that.
okay, hold on.
Tell me what you get, and I'll see if you're right.
Okay. Let me solve all of it.
Yeah, go ahead and do it start to finish. You don't have to like talk us through everything you're doing, but go ahead and solve it on your own, and we'll see if you got the right answer.
Hopefully. All right.
And remember, we're expecting it to get a percentage that's higher than 100. So if you did,
Okay.
if you do, then you probably got it right.
Okay. X. Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my water.
Oh my god, I don't know.
You got this now. Just stay with it.
Okay.
Got one?
No, not yet. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I'm stuck.
Okay. Tell me what you have so far.
Okay, I got 84 and X, and I got 84X. And then I did 26 divided by 100. It's 26 times 100.
On the other side of the equal sign, right?
Mm.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't know what to do next.
Okay, well, we got to solve. So you're looking at my screen, right? This is what you have?
Yep.
Right here? Okay. So remember, the first thing you want to do is you can simplify the right side. So we can multiply 126 times 100. So do that first.
Okay. Wait, I'm sorry, do what?
We want to, if you're looking at my screen, multiply these two numbers. Tell me what you get. That's the first. We always want to simplify both sides of an equation first.
Okay.
So multiply those numbers and tell me what you get.
Uh, 1000. Wait. Okay. Wait, can you see my screen? Because I don't know how to say this number. Is it
You
this?
can do it. Yeah, I can see your screen now.
Okay.
Yeah, 12600, right?
Yeah, well, no, I solved it.
Oh, I can't really see your screen, but you can tell me the number, can't you? The virtual background. Yeah, the virtual background is screwing it up.
Oh crap! Sorry about that. Okay. I don't know how to say this number.
Just tell me what the digits are.
Okay. 10584.
Did you get that when you multiplied 126 and 100?
Oh no! Nope. Oh no! Never mind. No, I divided 126 by 84. Yeah, but I did get 126.
Okay. All right. So we got 12600, right? And now we divide that. So go ahead and divide that number by 84. I think you did it wrong the first time. So try it again.
Wait, what number?
Right. To solve for x now, we have to divide both sides by 84. So you're going to take 12600, 12,600, and you're going to divide that by 84, and that should give us our answer.
All right, 150.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Okay, and Jackie or Abby, what else do we need on our answer for this one?
Percent. Thank you.
Yeah, because we had to find the percentage this time. So there we go. Okay. So Natalie and everybody else, I think you got it, but you just need to make sure you're typing things into the calculator correct. It's easy to make little mistakes, especially when you're working with big numbers like this. So just make sure everything looks good. And again, I said before, we are expecting to get a percentage that's higher than 100 because our is number is bigger than our of number. Okay? Somebody mowing the lawn over there, Jackie, or what?
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Oh
So,
wait.
what do you think?
Like,
Not really getting it.
You guys want to do one more?
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Sure. All right. Pick a number, any number.
Can we do this problem? The one right here.
From the notes?
Yeah.
Isn't that
And
covered
then
in
I'll
the
watch-
video?
On the video.
Yeah, you need to watch the video.
Oh, it's actually.
The video goes through all of the note-taking guide, the first 2 pages, all of it.
Oh crap. Okay.
And also you can read the notes that I posted. It has the answers to the
Well,
notes.
I don't think it says. Well, are you sure? This is on the.
I'm positive. This is, yes.
That's on. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, I can show you. Where is it? Oh, maybe I can't. but not in here. But yes, the Mr. Schaab notes file that I put in the folder, it walks you through how to set up the problems and how to solve them.
Okay.
So you can check. I need you to do that every week. I mean, you have to do the notes before you start trying to do the practice problems. So
Okay.
so make sure you're doing things in order. I mean, that's really, I know this is a little bit more challenging, but you've got to learn this stuff on your own. I know that sounds scary, but you got to do your best to read the notes and to watch the video and try and understand the stuff as much as you can on your own. And then I'm here to fill in the gaps or to answer the question you had. But the very first thing you do every week is, watch that video, take notes along with the video, and you can even look at the notes that I filled out just to make sure you're doing it right.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up, Jackie?
So when we're done, do we like send it to you from email or from here?
No, you always need to go into Schoology. I can show you real quick. For every week, when you're done and you're ready to submit the packet, you're going to go back into the folder for that week. And there's only one assignment, so there's only one place you can post this. So you open up, no, we're A4, sorry. You open up A4, you open up week 1, and then, I don't have a laser pointer, but let's see, the section 3.3 performance packet % problems. That's the only assignment that's in that folder. So that's where you're going to put your assignment when you're done.
Okay.
Okay. The file right below that, the Mr. Schaab's notes file, that is the one you open up to help you fill out your note-taking guide. Also use the video lesson to help you. And then the thing at the bottom is just the Zoom meeting. So that you can click on that link to get to the Zoom meeting. It'll be there every week for you to open up. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What other questions do we have?
I already asked you my question because I was printing mine out and did it on paper because I thought it was easier.
Okay. Were you able to scan it into Notability pretty easily?
I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, okay,
I'll
but
try it.
okay. Well, try it once you finish it, and if you can't get it figured out, I mean, it does it automatically. You pretty much all you have to do is hold your iPad like this is what I always do. Just put your assignment down on the desk and then hold your camera over it, and it'll automatically take a picture of each page, and then you can save that all as a PDF, and then you can turn it in on Schoology just like you normally would. Okay, and like I said, Natalie, I think you're doing it on paper as well, right?
Yep.
Okay, so if you can't figure out how to scan it using Notability and make a document, make a PDF, then you can just take pictures of your work for each page and you can post those to Schoology.
That's easy.
Okay, all right, so either way.
I'm sorry. Can we just do number 12? Just
Sure. We'll do one more. Okay. You know what? 55% of what is 15? Here's what we're gonna do. Let's go to the whiteboard.
yes. Sorry.
That's all right. So, oops. Am I writing this down right?
55% of what is 15.
Oh, so I was way off. Okay.
Wait. No, 50.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
55% of what
It's 15.
Is 15. Thank you. I'll erase the other one. Okay, so this is kind of fun to play around with too. Oh my, that's not what I want. Okay, so now with this screen, you all can write on this screen at the same time. So let's do it this way. Okay, so this is Nat, this is Jackie, and this is Abby. Okay, I want you to solve the problem on here in your area, and we'll see how everybody did.
Okay. Lord.
And you all should be able to write on it at the same time.
Oh my gosh, so hard.
Remember, there's an undo button and there's an eraser if you need to erase something.
Crap, I
It's
forgot.
because I'm using my phone, that's why.
Oh, you're on your phone? Yeah, that's going to make it tough to write.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, well, I just thought I'd try it and see
I'm
if
gonna
you
still
could-
try it though.
Okay.
How do you erase it? Okay. Thank you.
You just click the eraser down at the bottom.
Okay.
Did it.
Yeah, and you're going to have to try and write a little bit small.
Oh,
Okay, good. Abby is off to a good start. Very good, Abby. Abby's got it set up correctly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right now,
Oh,
she did
wait,
it.
was the
She did it
always-
backwards from the way I've been doing it. She put the percentages on the left side, but that's okay. You can do it either way. It'll still work out the same.
So does the 100 like always right next to the percent
Yes, it's always the percentage over 100
property?
because percents are always out of 100.
I don't know how to write small.
I know it's hard to write that small. Do you have a stylus or a Apple Pencil?
I lost it.
Oh, well, that's okay.
CEO of losing.
And again, I just want to make sure you're setting it up right. And
That was hard to write.
That's 57.
I'm having trouble writing this.
Is that like a? Wait, what number is that? What number is this?
That's a 15
12.
with a question mark. I took it right from the problem. That's yeah. I know it doesn't really look like it, but that's a question mark.
Okay, so that's 55x.
7. Equals x. Okay, I'm
All right.
finished.
The only thing I would change, Jackie,
Come on.
is you do not need a percent sign because we're not finding a percentage in this problem. We're just finding a number. So, but you got it right. You got it right as well.
Yay.
Crap, forgot which problem I'm doing.
Okay, good. But Natalie, you're on the right track as well.
Good.
Okay, so put your other cross products on the other side. I know it's kind of hard to write these in such a small area, but I thought we'd give it a shot anyway. 1,500, very good. Okay.
Okay, this
then
is
you
where I
just have
got
to-
lost.
What?
Do I do 55 over x?
No, because remember, here, I'll give you a little bit of help here. Remember, our variable is on the right side, so we want to get the variable by itself. So you want to divide both sides by 55.
So is it like always decide with the variable on it?
Yes, always. That's where our focus is. Remember, when we solve an equation, we want to get the variable by itself. So the way we do that is by using opposite operations. So if 55 is multiplying x, we use division to get rid of it.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So do that on the calculator, and you should get the answer that the other two girls got as well.
Is this right?
I can't see it. Move your calculator down a little bit.
Okay.
Yep, that's right. Do you see what? Can you see what Jackie and Abby also got?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Same number. So good job. All right. Well, that is our time for today. I really appreciate y'all stopping in and getting some help. Remember, we're going to do this every Tuesday at the same time, and the link to each individual meeting will be in the folder for that week. And the password is always Schaab. My last name, capital SCHAAB. Okay.
So every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Same time, same place, same password. It's going to be a different link every time, but you just got to go into the folder for the correct week, and it'll be there. Okay. Okay, and like I said, maybe we'll see how the first week goes, and then there might be some more students next week when they realize, hey, this is really helpful. So, all right, Natalie.
I'm sorry. What is the how I can write on here?
Yeah, go. That's fine. Natalie and Neil.
Oh, guess what I did? Guess what I did? Mr. Schaab.
What?
Guess what I did?
What did you do?
I dyed my hair.
You dyed your hair?
Yeah.
Is it dark? Is it black? It's hard to see on
No,
the.
it's. Yeah, I'll take it down. You can see
Well,
it
it's hard to see the color on the video screen.
See? You don't see it?
It's brown, right?
No, it's red. It's supposed to be red.
It's red. Yeah, I can't really
Yeah.
tell from the video. Sorry.
No, you're good.
That's cool. How did you get it? Did you do it? I guess you had to do it on your own.
No. My mom helped me out.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. Like at home with your mom's help. That's cool.
Yeah, I did it yesterday.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm gonna end this meeting, and then I'm going to upload the video of this meeting to Schoology. So if we went over something and you forget what we talked about, you can watch that video and remind yourself. Okay.
Okay.
And again, I'm going to put this video in the folder for week 1. Everything for week 1 is going to be in one place. All right. So I'm trying to keep it as simple as I can for you all, and I'm trying to keep it as organized as I can. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'll talk to you soon. Don't forget, tomorrow I have office hours from 10 to 3. So if you want to ask me some questions, set up
How do I leave?
just email me, and I think you just close out the window. And that should be
Alright.
all right. But you can
Bye-bye.
email me if you want to set up an appointment tomorrow to talk about some things. You can email me and set up that appointment. 10 to 3.
Okay.
All right. All
Bye,
right.
have a
See
good
y'all
day.
later.
Bye.